Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mortal Kombat Classic Mileena 3rd scale statue. This is from PCS Collectibles. This is the front of the box, the side of the box, the back of the box, and the top of the box. And one final thing to note about the packaging here, it just uses straps, there's no tape, and there's no COA. So with all that said, let's get right into the review. And definitely be sure to stick around to the end of the video to see what this looks like up close without that mesh. So here we have Mileena out of the packaging and assembled. We're going to start with the base and work our way up to that portrait. Starting off with the front here, you get a little emblem. It's got some sharp teeth on there, kind of looking like Mileena herself. Around that, some flowing blood and some brickwork behind that. Get some wooden slats with some riveting on these sides and around the back of the base. Top here, you get the pool of blood. You get what looks like a rib cage sticking out. Some bones up front, and then back there a skull. We'll take a better look at that whenever we get to the back side of the statue. And then on top of these stone pads here, she pegs in with this one right here. It is a post and then a magnet in that, I believe. Then working our way up the boots. It's got a really nice purple metallic shine. The details here are also really nice with the wrinkling here, but also with the, you can kind of see these dots here giving the texture to the shine in the boots. That's really well done. And then you get some black, matte black there around the sides and back. I believe that's supposed to give off a leather look. And then the thighs up here. It is a smooth texture for the skin. However, the paint application is really well done. If you have the PCS Vampirella and you like that paint application, you'll definitely like this one. In my opinion, this one is better. Then looking at the costume here, you see more of that black. And then moving up, you can see this separate piece here. This piece is not polystone like the majority of the statue. This is a plastic or PVC material. And then behind this, you can see that mesh in there. And I believe that's why this is PVC. And this is all one piece with the collar, is because of that meshing to get that in there. And so I believe because of that, a lot of people have talked about cutting that out. I believe it might just be easier to try and pop that out carefully. And then just undoing however they have that attached to this. I imagine just some glue. So you don't have to get in there and cut it and possibly scratch it by accident. So on these sides here, you get some more of that nice purple. You get some details on the side here, which does kind of look like a corset right there. And then some string that runs across the middle here, up the chest. Little tie there. And then looking at the collar, you see some gold accents there on both sides. Then the shoulders here, and again, the paint for the skin is really well done. Seeing it in person is just much better than on camera. This camera cannot pick it up quite as well as in person. Get some black bands here, and then the gloves, again done in black and purple. And then you see the size here. You get some black wrapping around the handle, and then the rest of it is all painted in a silver, and it is all one tone. And then moving up, we're going to take a look at that portrait, which to me, this is the best portrait for a masked Mileena. There is a slight smile in there. You can kind of see it there. In person, you don't really notice it. If you're further away, it blends in with all the line works that they have in there. And I like that because on the quarter scale one that PCS did a long time ago, the smile is very obvious, and I didn't like that. So this one is much better. And then on mine, you see a little paint chip. And then the nose got a little scratch during shipping. It's unfortunate, but it's very small. I'm not going to gripe about it. Some earrings on the side. This is something to note, though. The earring during shipping scratched the side of the neck there, so that sucks. And then the eyes there are really well done. They are printed, they're not painted, they're not glass eyes. But I'm someone, I don't care about that. And so, and depending on what continuity, it's because of the Tarkat inflection or because of the DNA from Baraka. The texturing on the skin there, you can really see now that I have the camera closer, and it looks really well done. Top of the hair here. The hair is pretty smooth. There's not a lot of detail in it. You do get some sideburns on it, which you can tell are a separate piece sculpted. And then the little bun there in the back, and you get a pin running through that. Here's the back of the statue, starting off with the base again. Again, it's pretty plain. It's just the wooden slats with the rivets and then that brickwork on top. Here's a better look at the back side of that skull. You get some bubbles on it from sitting in the blood. You see the hole through it, the side of the cheek there, and the jaw, the teeth. It's pretty cool looking. It's got some blood splats on it, some cracks in it. And then the boots, you get a seam line up the back here until you get to the matte black. And then back here, which you couldn't see from the front, some buckles where they tie up at. And then the back side. Then moving up, you can really see it is definitely a corset. You get some string work in there, and that is sculpted. That looks like real string, but that's just sculpted. And some rivets in there, and then another little belt there. The back of the armbands, and then back here, you can see the line in the fabric for the gloves here, and then the underside of the sai. And then moving up the back here, see more of the paint that they did. Looks really well done. Again, I know I've said that a couple times, but I'll say it again. And then back here you get some laces on the back of that collar there. And so what it looks like, this is a separate piece, and this is also a like plastic material. So this is a separate piece from the collar itself. And so if you are someone who wants to take out that mesh, I would probably take that off first so you don't risk breaking these. And then try taking off the collar in that front side there. And then see if you can do anything about that mesh. Backside, you can see the line work for the hair there, where it starts, the roots. You get a better look at the earring there, and the actual ring. And then that bun. And that does look nice. Again, the hair is pretty plain looking. It is simple, it's smooth, and that is something that people have complained about PCS, is their hair is not extremely well detailed like a lot of other companies. And then you see that pin running through her hair. And that is also a plastic material. So I ended up cutting out that mesh there from the center. It does look better now. It's more clean and definitely more accurate to the games. I just took a seam ripper and then carefully cut it out. I tried popping off this plastic piece all the way down and around, but the glue on there is just too strong. I didn't want to risk snapping the ends down here or along the edges, or even possibly breaking the ties going across the chest there. Just if you decide to do this modification yourself, just be very careful with these plastic bits right here. It does seem like it's a completely separate piece that was glued on there, but it is very thin, very fragile. And then I wanted to do some quick comparisons just to kind of show this off while I end this video. So, a couple things I forgot to mention. The portrait on this one doesn't have a magnet on it. It's just a pin, and it just sits in there because of gravity. The gloves here, all the way down to the size, being a separate piece, they're the same PVC or plastic material that that chest piece and collar is made out of. And then the fact that there's only one portrait on this, they tried to get a unmasked one approved, they just couldn't. And this is number 23 out of 400. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.